Let me tell you why I'm a great realtor. Let me tell you why I should be your realtor. And every single one of you, when you got into real estate, you were given a listing presentation, right? Your broker or somebody gave you a listing presentation. What was the listing presentation about? It was about you, about your company, your brokerage, because you didn't have shit. So they're like, we're going to tell you, you're going to go in and you're going to tell everybody how great your company is. Now, I was taught, and I mean, with all, it's like, I want you to say with all due respect, I was with the #1 Century 21 office in the fucking world. I mean, like their average, they average over 20 transactions per person in an agent of 150, in an office of 150 agents back in the day when they didn't have mega offices, didn't exist back then. Gary Keller was still just figuring this game out. Okay, so if there was, I don't even know when Keller Williams started, but this was in 1998. He was around and he was building it, but I mean, nobody, it was like, that was back in the days of Keller who? Century 21, and certainly in my market, we fucking dominated everything. And this was the #1 office in the world in terms of number of transactions. The average agent was selling over 20 homes a year. So I come into that. Now, when we say the average, that means the bottom 50% sold 0, and the top 50%, the top 2% sold 80%. That's just the way it goes, right? But there was like a high productivity in that game. But yet when you came in as a brand new agent, they go like, okay, here is this flip chart thing and that you can buy. We'll laminate it. It's a flip chart of all the statistics of Century 21, Mike Bowman, and why they're the best of the best of the best. And then what I want you to do is we want to put you to put together a me book. So when you get there, you can let them get to know you. And you tell them about your hobbies and your family, and so that you just make it really personal. And I did that. I hated it. I was like, I don't want to talk about, I mean, I love my family. I'm proud of my family. I don't want to talk about me. I don't want to talk about, I like basketball. I like golf. I like people. I used to be a preacher, and this is my wife, and this is my 3 daughters, and I'm awesome. And then we had a 21-step marketing plan. Well, which piece are we talking about here on this 21-step marketing plan? Your marketing plan is part of the path. Okay, I got news for you. They don't give a fuck about your marketing plan. But that's what we went in and we talked about. So we talked about our company, we talked about our brand. How many of you feel this? You've seen this happen. This is the game you were taught, right? Go in and impress them with how awesome you are. And they don't give a fuck. So they're like, okay, yeah, okay, you're cool, you're awesome, good, we believe you. And you guys just sleep through the shit. Pre-listing packet, you're like, here, let me tell you how great I am, how great I am, how great I am. And the whole frame that you go into is how good I am. This is why when we do the personal videos, one of the very first things I told you guys when you do a personal video, it is a personal intro video. It is not a personal promo video. This is not a time to talk about yourself. You say, hey, it was great to meet you. Thank you for coming to the open house event. Here's some information on the property. Here's the pictures, the link, so you can get all that. If you'd like to see the property again or arrange for a private viewing, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I don't go like, hey, I know you're looking at a house. If you don't have a realtor, choose me. I'm like, what? Fuck off. They probably don't say that. They just dismiss you. Because you have this psychology that I need to convince them that I'm good. Here's how you convince them you're good. Shut the fuck up about yourself. Because they don't care about that person. What do they care about? They care about their pain and they care about their pleasure. So here's the game. I'm going to give you 4 keys to understanding strategic seduction. Key number one, focus on what they want, not what you want. Focus on what they want, not what you want. What do you want? Well, I want a for sale sign in their yard. This is what I want. For sale. Yes, I got a listing. Look at me, motherfuckers. I am awesome. That's the path. So what do I want? I want a listing. This is what they don't want. Has there ever been a seller ever woke up in the morning and just go like, I've been craving listing my house. Ever? No, sellers hate listing. That means I gotta sign a fucking contract. Now I gotta have a sign in front of my yard announcing to the whole world we're moving and all the nosy neighbors. And now, because guess what? Yeah, they're worried about other people's opinions too. I don't want to sign them. And then you got to put a what? It's called a lockbox, Supra. What's that for? So people can get into your house. I don't want people. I have to let people in my house. Strangers. Oh no, people don't like it. Oh, and you have to keep your house spotless. Oh, you have to stage it. You got to keep it clean, and you got to get rid of all that shit and all this clutter over here. You got to get rid of that shit and they're like, why don't we just call the whole thing off? Because see, they are in pain of we're here and we want to be here. And then you come over and they're like, fuck, I think the path is more painful than a problem. So how about we just settle and we'll keep the problem? No, we're good. We're just going to stay here. We tried it. We had it listed for 6 months. Didn't work. We're good. We decided that the path was more of a pain than the pain we're in right now. Ouch. But our problem is we see things from our perspective, not theirs. That's why we're worried about other people's opinions, is because we're worried about what they think about us. And the problem is they don't think about you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your opinion. So, I mean, they may care about your opinion, but they don't care about your fear of their opinion. Because they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. So they're not really going like, oh, they're not thinking about you like, oh, I really want to be the best agent. They're just like, can we get this the fuck over with? The only way that becomes a part of a place where they're like, okay, we want you, is when they already know the path because of the relationship. And they're so sold on the relationship, they're like, okay, we're here, we want to be here, and you're our realtor, so what do we need to do? That's easy, right? Isn't that easy? Well, they already know you. They trust you. They'll call you up and say, look, S.C. Taylor, when we sell our condo in Vegas, you think she has to do a listing presentation?
No.
You guys sure you're ready to sell? Yep, we're ready. Okay, I'll send you over the listing agreement. What price? You tell me what price. Okay, send us CMA. What price? She'll tell us the price. We'll list it at that price. Okay?
You make sure you see her me-book put on it.
I've already seen her me-book. I got it all, yeah. And now we have me-books on so-called social media, right? Called Instagram. So but when they know the path and trust the path, then you don't talk about the path. Essie doesn't have to try to convince me she's good. I've traveled that path before. I like it. Okay, Alex K's sold properties for us. Jose Contreras sold properties for us. I'm like, I need them to sell a property for me. Like, the only problem for Jose's probably a little more willing to drive. Alex, like, I ain't driving. So get Jose, give it to him.
I'm always available to drive.
Thank you. And that matters. I watch the way Julia shows up. I'm like, if I come to Orange County, you begin to call. I've been trying to get Julia to move to Orange County for a long time. I love Orange County. And I like LA County. And anyway. Okay, so number one, focus on what?
What they want, not what you want.
Focus on what they want, not what you want. What do they want? It's this pain and pleasure. We focus on their pain and on their pleasure. What pain are they in, and what pleasure do they want? What problem do they have, and what possibility do they see? So number one is I'm focused on that. Number two, find the pain. There's always pain point. Find that pain point. Find the pain that they feel or that they fear. Find the pain that they feel or fear. Find the pain that they feel or that they fear. And then poke it. Who's ever been to a doctor and they start poking and prodding on you? Yep. Are they trying to hurt you? Are they trying to hurt you? Yes or no? No, they're not trying to hurt you. What are they trying to do? They're trying to figure out what the problem is. So they're searching for pain. How do they do when they find it? They're going like, okay, does that hurt here? Oh, that hurts here. Yeah, okay. What about here? Oh, that hurts worse. Okay, cool. Does it hurt here? No, it doesn't hurt here. What are they doing? They're finding the pain that you feel. In this case, you're finding the pain they feel or the pain they fear. By the way, sometimes the pain they fear is they fear getting on the path and getting stuck. That's a real fear for a lot of buyers and sellers. Like trying and not being able to actually get to the possibility, which is the new house or the new location. So I got to find this, because which is more likely to move somebody to make a big decision faster? Pain or pleasure? Pain. Pain is what will cause somebody to make a decision to let somebody cut their chest open in 10 minutes. Pain is what would cause me to make a decision to schedule surgery on my throat in seconds. When he said, when's the surgery? I'm like, when do we need to do it? He said, as soon as possible. I'm like, okay. Like the decision was that fast. Why? Pain. I knew this was coming. I just wasn't enough pain. And he's like, can we not ever do this again? He said, your vocal cords are a Lamborghini and they are a fine-tuned instrument and you've been off-roading on them. So stop it. Your Lamborghini's not designed for off-roading. You got to change some shit in the way you use your voice going forward with Roger, your coach. My vocal cord coach, Roger Love, my voice coach. But I wouldn't do anything until I got into enough pain. Now I've always wished I could sing, which would be pleasure. Like if I could sing. Told Roger Love I wanted to learn how to sing. Like, okay, no problem. But then what I do, I didn't quit. I can't keep coming to him because it cost me, every time I go see him, it cost me $1,000 or $1,500. And I'm like, I want to not lose my voice enough that I'll pay that. But like, to be able to sing, I like it, but I don't want it that bad. So I've got to find what's going to move them. Not just move them, obviously, physically move them from one house to another, but move them emotionally to say, yes, we're ready. Yes, we want to go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, what is the ultimate thing that causes them to do that? The moving part is what? Motivation. That is the moving part. So first, I got to find the pain they feel or fear and poke it. Number 3 is feed the pleasure. Feed the pleasure they seek. Feed the pleasure they seek. And paint the possibility. Here's what we want. So now I'm like, okay, that will mean pleasure for them. And now I got to paint the possibility. Paint. This is what it's going to look like. Here's how the listing presentation starts. Are you guys excited about getting into that bigger house and forever eliminating the bathroom wars? Oh, you have no idea. Like, okay, good. And that's the conversation. So the whole time through the entire listing presentation, that's the conversation we come back to. It's not just getting into a bigger house, but it's also, I bring up the bathroom wars over and over and over again. Because you can see the pain in her face. Because the sooner we're able to get this done, the sooner you guys are able to get into a house where you can not have to worry about your kids fighting over the bathroom every morning. And what's that going to mean for you, Mary? It just means I can get myself ready in the morning. I'm not having to go in there and be a referee for their fights. Yep. So I got to find the pain they feel or fear and poke it. And I got to feed the pleasure they want and paint the possibility. Step number 4. Step number 4, after I've done this, after I've painted all this, the pain, I painted the pain and I've taken and I've painted the possibility over here. How soon would you guys like to be here. Whoops. How soon would you guys like to be here? As soon as possible. So tell me more about that. So this is all part of the path in that we do in the listing presentation. So there is this piece then. We get here. So we've talked about the price. We got them here. So we'll get it on the market for this, which we agree is the right price, correct? By the way, we've already got them to agree on the right price. I'm not going to try to get them to list the house till we get the price. Well, if we list it at that price, what's going to happen next? Well, nothing's going to happen until we agree on the right price. I never try to close for the listing. I never try to lead them to a decision to hire me until I've led them to a decision to get the right price. Because what happens if they hire you at the wrong price? You can't complete. You can't deliver results. So it's like, yeah, but what if they won't price it right? Well, then you have a job to do. What is that job?
Lead them to the decision.
Oh. Say it in the mic so everybody can hear it.
Lead them to the decision of the right price.
I got to lead them to a decision. People like, I just can't, they'll list with me, they're going to get the wrong price. Guys, leading people to a decision to list is not hard. If you tell them what they want to hear. Problem is bullshit. What did I say is the big money skill in real estate? The ability to do what?
Lead people to a decision.
Lead them to a decision. And sometimes the hardest decision is not to get them to hire you, it's to get them to do the right shit so that you can deliver the best results. And part of that is pricing, probably the biggest piece. Okay? So a lot of people are like, I told them, I got it, I get it. Okay, telling doesn't work. It's leading to a decision, and that requires skill.